Good evening, everyone. Step back. It is my greatest pleasure to introduce Senator Susan Collins. But let's be clear, Senator Susan Collins does not need an introduction. Am I right?
Yeah!
She's amazing, clearly. And not only is she the chairwoman of Appropriations, for which we are deeply thankful and appreciative, but she has shown decades of commitment to community and housing development, including support of NeighborWorks America funding. Now, you know this about her, but there are many things you might not know about the senator, including, did you know that she's the 7th most senior member of the Senate and the most senior Republican woman? And I believe that you know, but in case you don't, she is widely known and deeply respected for how she works across party lines to solve problems, and never is that more important than in this moment. And also, I want you to imagine what this really means. She actually has cast more than 9,000 consecutive votes and holds the perfect voting record in the history of the United States Senate. I will admit that last year I thought she was going to miss a vote because of us and me, and I was really worried, but it didn't happen, thank goodness. However, with all of these great attributes in mind, what I want to make sure that you know is how committed she is to the people of Maine and to vulnerable people across our nation. She lives and breathes and supports people. That's what she does, even in tough times. On a personal note, my family, meaning my wonderful son Sam and I, have held the senator in the highest regards our entire lives. Sorry, this makes me a little emotional. I'm sure you can imagine what it meant to me when my Sam and I lost my dad, Sam's Pepe, over the Christmas holidays, and a personal letter came from the senator acknowledging us and giving condolences. That is what a senator does, right? And that is who Senator Collins is. Of note, Senator Collins, little Sam is now 6 feet tall, 18 years old, the newly named valedictorian of Old Town High School, getting ready to head off to college, and is so eager to vote, and he was furious to miss it by 2 months. He asked that I pass along his deepest appreciation for your endless leadership and commitment as well, for all that you've modeled for our family and for our nation. I couldn't be more thankful that Senator Collins is here with us tonight, for her tireless leadership, for her deep caring, for all that she brings to the Hill. Please join me in welcoming Senator Susan Collins.
Well, now you know whenever Kara invites me to do something or asks me to do something, I always say yes. The motto of Penquis, the outstanding Maine community action agency that Kara leads, is helping today, building tomorrow. I love that motto. I think it represents the philosophy, the hard work, and the commitment of everybody in this room. Those words wonderfully describe the spirit that guides the nearly 250 NeighborWorks organizations that we celebrate this evening. I only wish I'd gotten here early enough to have the glass of wine to help me celebrate. It has been 60 years since the great endeavor began in Pittsburgh upon the vision of Dorothy Mae Richardson that the solution to community decay was not to tear down entire neighborhoods, but instead to rehabilitate homes and support the families that make up neighborhoods. And I love that philosophy because I remember urban renewal. Are any of you old enough to remember urban renewal? And we took down these beautiful historic buildings, old train stations, old community town halls in so many places, and put up some really ugly structures to replace them. And I think that the philosophy that we're bringing now, where you don't tear down the neighborhood, you build it up. You build it up. And NeighborWorks stands on that foundation, and you carry out that mission by providing services so critical to furthering access to affordable housing and to economic opportunities for families and individuals. I'm so proud of the work that's done in my state. While Maine is a relatively small state, we host 5 NeighborWorks affiliates, plus 2 from neighboring New Hampshire that also operate in Maine. I like that collaboration, and I won't make a single joke about New Hampshire. Last year, in Maine alone, these organizations helped to create 432 new homeowners. Think about that. They managed more than 3,600 affordable rental homes, but wait, there's more, and repaired and preserved more than 4,000 homes, helping to create and sustain nearly 2,000 jobs. That's life-changing. That's just Maine. The national impact is tremendous. Nearly 16,300 new homeowners established, nearly 84,000 homes repaired, and almost 49,000 jobs created or maintained just last year alone. What is so impressive to me about NeighborWorks is its efficiency, its ability to leverage $71 in community investment for every one federal dollar appropriated. What a return. And I would urge you to use those dollars when you're visiting your members of Congress. So, because there aren't very many programs where you get $71 in return for $1 of investment. And I'd like to know, I have to brag a little here, that our Maine affiliates, it's because Kara hails from the same part of Maine that I do. We're very thrifty. So the Maine affiliates leverage their grants at a ratio of $140 for each member. So partnerships like that offer many benefits in times of fiscal constraints. Well, as some of you know, I finally have achieved my dream in the Senate of being the chair of the Senate Appropriations Committee. That's the good news. But boy, I would not have anticipated what a challenge it is going to be. And right now, we're very eager to get the administration's budget. We've done well the last 2 years when I've been the vice chair. The Transportation, Housing, and Urban Development Bill was one of those bills passed by an overwhelming vote out of committee, 28-1. I blocked out who the one was. And it was frustrating to me that despite such a solid demonstration of overwhelming bipartisan support that all of our appropriations bills that Patty Murray and I worked so hard to get out of committee languished on the calendar, never were brought up on the Senate floor. And that's really wrong, and I've got a commitment from our new leader that he will bring our bills to the floor. Right. And that's important.
Yeah.
So as a result, we ended up with a continuing resolution. Let me tell you, that's a lot better than government shutting down altogether.
Yeah.
But it does not include everything that I would have liked to have seen. It did include some emergency funding, $8 billion on top of the standard funding for rental assistance, which is really important. It also included extra funding for the WIC program to meet increased demand, another very important program to help women, infants, and children to maintain support for these vulnerable families. And we've begun work on the 2026 appropriations bills. So one of the biggest challenges that we're facing right now, I don't need to tell you, it's why the work you're doing is so critical, is a shortage of safe and affordable housing. That is a crisis nationwide. And the progress that we're making in addressing the needs of vulnerable and creating opportunity is the result of the hard work and passion of advocates and practitioners like you. We'll meet this challenge, but it's going to take all of us working together. And for those of you with very good eyes, I am wearing my U.S.-Canadian pin today.
All right.
I can tell you, and Maine's economy is so integrated with Canada's, we're going to have increased housing costs as a result of these tariffs. Whether it's because of lumber getting a tariff as it's cut down in Maine and sent across the border to be processed and then comes back into Maine, or the tariff on steel and aluminum, all this adds up. So I'm not the most popular person at the White House today because I gave a long speech on the Senate floor to talk about the tariffs. I hope they will be short-lived. I hope we can get rid of them as it becomes evident that Canada is our friend, our ally, and our neighbor.
Yes! 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 Yeah! Yes!
So let me just end by telling you, and I think this is sheer coincidence, that I'm having breakfast with the HUD secretary tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
So I will make sure to get a full, unless he cancels, but I don't think he will. I think he's very well motivated, and I look forward to working with him and developing a good relationship with him, which is so important. But I'm going to get a full download from Kara on what issues we need to bring up. But I just wanted to tell you that I really care about the issues that you work so hard on. And you make such a difference. You should feel really good about the work you do. Keep it up. Help us get support from other members of Congress And thank you so much for all that you do. And thank you, Joe.
To Senator Collins, she's getting this glass of wine, darn it.
She wants the picture, not the wine now.
No, yeah, on the picture. No, not the picture.